Hello everyone, this is Clossi, and we are back with another Clossi Approach series video, and we are starting our 6Q to 4Q section. Now, before we get into this section, there's a few things I want to say about what you should be doing going forward. So at this level, hopefully we've learned all of our double-digit Q basics. We're checking our cuts, we're checking our life and death. We've developed good habits from the 9Q to 7Q section. We started developing habits. Now it's time to bring it all together and start actually mastering the basics and getting to one done. So this will be kind of just checking for. This is kind of like the 6Q to 4Q range is kind of your last chance to check for any bad um, bad habits or any bad basics or anything like that. Because once you get to 3Q to 1Q, you are going to get hard stuck, like stuck super hard. If you have any bad habits, if you're ignoring any fundamentals, if you're not reading, if there's any information that you are missing, you will get stuck. Because 3Q to 1Q is a battle of the top of the Q players. And the only ones who make it to Dawn are the ones who don't have any flaws in their play. Or when I say flaws, I mean Q level flaws. Of course, we have Dawn level flaws, but for Q level flaws, you got to get rid of it. So right now, it's the time to fine tune your play, get rid of all the bad stuff, get to 3Q to 1Q, and then just get that last bit of information and habit and just muscle your way forward. So from 6Q to 1 Dawn, this is going to be the hardest grind of the Q ranks. Yeah, the 3Q, I was stuck at 2Q for a year. Like a single rank, I was stuck for an entire year. So if you have bad mental habits, if you have bad study habits, if you have bad gameplay habits, bad reading habits, blitzing habits, anything like that, you will get stuck. So I really hope you took my advice and went through the 9Q to 7Q at a good pace and worked on your habits, because now is we're going to start the grind. And so now we're going to have to apply reading. At this point, I don't really have any like tricks that I can just easily win these games without using proper reading, without proper play. So from here, from 6Q to 1 Dawn, it's pretty much going to be me just having to sandbag a bit, because if I hold back and do something slow, I'm going to get punished now. So I'm going to have to apply all the basics that we have applied and apply a bit of reading. But mostly what I want from the 6Q to 1Q games, so for the next 15 games, I want to just give you guys more examples of how to play. And hopefully not self-Atari. I just want to give you guys more examples, more shapes, more patterns. I have not introduced counting yet, so yeah, we can do that too. Keep reminding me. In this range, we have to start counting as well. Make judgment calls. So basically, I need to play properly. I need to actually win these games properly. And that should give you guys examples of how to play like a Dawn. And if I'm doing anything that you're not doing, you need to figure out why am I doing that and how can you do that. I will say from this level, self-study becomes a lot more important. So you have to review your big losses. So any resignations, you need to replay on a real board and go over it. Why did you lose? And how can you learn that shape so it doesn't happen again? And if something is repeating like 3 different times, you need to like really hardcore focus on it. You need to be able to figure out what are the flaws in your game from your own self-analysis, because you have all the videos up to this point showing you what you should be doing. Now it's up to you and reviewing your game to figure out what of those basics are you not doing. I also encourage you, if you've gotten to this point over the span of a few months or a year or whatever, I recommend you rewatch the whole Clossi Approach series from the beginning up to this point again, just to refresh all of the basics and fundamentals that you should know by now. You also need to study your Josekis. You need to have a lot more Josekis than just our basic double-digit Q Josekis. You need to have opening patterns. And I usually tell my students, play an opening for like 50 games or maybe for a month. and then go to a different opening, and then go to a different opening. And that way you're learning Josekis and learning opening patterns and combinations, and you're studying the opening, but you're not just putting all of your eggs in one basket and only learning one opening, which I did. But rather you're mastering the basics at your level of many openings. And I would say have a good handful of maybe the top 6 or 8 openings, like Chinese opening, Kobayashi, Sanrensei, Nirensei, all the 3-3 invasion openings. Just all the main things that you would encounter, you need to know. If you haven't already, try experimenting with the 5-3 and 5-4 points, and even some 5-5 points and 3-3s, because it's not like the greatest moves, but you need to know how to use them and how to play against them. Because some people do like playing 3-3. Some people do like playing 5-5 and trolling you. Some people like playing 5-3 and 5-4. And those aren't necessarily bad moves. They're just not optimal. But a lot of people like throwing their opponent off of their flow. I also recommend playing on multiple servers. So if you're playing only on OGS or only on KGS, now would be a good time to play on the opposite, and then play on Fox, and maybe not Tide Jump because they have pay to win now, but playing on Fox, playing on maybe W Baduk, just playing on PandaNet, and maybe like play 10 games per server, 20 games per server, and just rotate between the servers and have an account per server. This way you get to get exposed to a lot of different styles. And you're going to lose a lot, okay? I want you to get used to losing. Hopefully by this point you're used to losing, but you are going to lose from this range until 1-dan. You are going to lose a crap ton, and it's okay. I want you from this point until 1-dan to try to lose 2,000 games, okay? Lose 2,000 games. If that takes you a year, 2 years, whatever, try to lose 2,000 games. And learn 1 or 2 things from each loss. 1 or 2 things from each loss. Just try to improve your game by 1 shape, 1 idea. 1 or 2 things from each loss. And if you can learn 2,000 things from 6Q to 1-dan, and you're doing good habits, you've mastered the fundamentals, you're reviewing your games to make sure you're not developing any bad habits, and maybe you're asking others for reviewing as well. You could start using the AI just a little bit here. Don't heavily rely on the AI, but like look for the AI for any giant dips in the graph. The AI can show you like a life and death answer. Like, oh, this is something I should know. Then and the AI shows it to you, then okay, that's fine. But if the AI shows you something that's just impossible, that's not fundamental, you don't worry about it. So learning how to balance reviewing with the AI versus not like getting confused by the AI. If you review with the AI, make sure you review it by yourself first, so that way you have your own thoughts and your own review, and then you can use AI. And then you can also ask for help if the AI shows you a Joseki or something, you don't know it, or you don't understand why it's that way. Ask for help now. Get teaching games. You know, you gotta start doing a lot of study. Okay, so it's 50% play, 50% study. You've got to play a lot and lose a lot, and you have to learn from those losses. You have to have people show you new shapes, new patterns. Watching game reviews of other people is also very useful. My channel, I should have upwards of like 200 game reviews. I know at least have 100 that I did a few years ago where I did try to do daily game reviews. That didn't work, but I got well over 100 games in a year reviewed. So I have a whole playlist of game reviews. I have the live streams that I did in 2020. I did dozens and dozens of game reviews then. Bats has a bunch of game reviews and practice games. So 50% play, 50% study, but it's time to work on making sure that you don't develop bad habits, put in the effort in your games, get used to losing, and be okay with it, and learn from your losses. Just try to do better each loss. And study. So that's my whole spiel. 6Q to 1-dan is a hard grind. A lot of people do get stuck here. It's not going to be easy, but with enough time, patience, discipline, and hard work, we can do it. You can do it, okay? This is not going to be easy. It is going to take a while. These are going to be the slowest ranks of your Go career, probably, until you get to Dan and just you're just done. But my job is to get you to Dan, not past Dan. That's my job is just to get you to 1-dan. Hopefully from here, you're ready to grind it out, put in the work, play thousands of games, study, 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 and we'll get through it. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going with the Clossi approach. I'm gonna play as well as I can play. Gokubits is a great place. Yeah, shout out to Gokubits. That's a good way to get commentary. So like, it's like correspondence reviews, I guess. I don't know. It's a great place if you can't find a live review, just post it on Gokubits and people will leave comments. So, yeah, shout out to Gokubits. And yeah, all right. So let's just go ahead and hop into the game, and I'm just gonna play, and we'll see how it goes.
Game resumed.
Okay, have a good game. Oh. Okay, so let's start breaking our comfort zone a little bit. So let's try this. We're gonna start researching new moves, trying to get our opponent out of their comfort zone. Doing other things. Probably I could have 3-3'd. So let's 3-3 now. And then we're gonna work on combinations, direction of play, Joseki knowledge, all of that stuff. Okay, so let's figure it out. So I know this Joseki is a Nobi, slide, jump, slide, jump. The AI does think that's a little good for black. So I'm considering a pincer like here or here. And then if he blocks, I can just go. But he does have this Hane, which is annoying. Now if it's a one-space pincer and he blocks this way and then Hane's, I cut. He Nobi's down. Hane, there, Tiger's Mouth, turn, and that does kill it, which is nice. And if he jumps out, then I can Tari, and that could be very interesting, but maybe it's dangerous. But I'm just going to go with the one I know, because this is on me, because I haven't studied the 3-3 a lot. I think Pincer could be fine, and here, but I'm just going to go with the one I know and take a local loss, because, and just make a mental note, I should look this up later, But don't probably it's not good to experiment that Joseiki's in the middle of the game. It's good to consider them and think about it, and then afterwards we can go look it up and study. So that'll be something to learn. There's like one of my 2,000 things. So yeah. So Toby, you asked how reliable are the rank bots? You've played through 10K. Rank bots, they're not reliable at all. The only reason I would use bots is if you're a new player and you just want to get a good idea of like of liberties and capturing. I could play the new bots, but after that, I would just solely play humans. It's just not good. This is the first video of 6Q to 4Q, but basically, yeah, 6Q to 1 done. We have 5 games at 6Q to 4Q, and then we'll do 10 games at 3Q to 1Q. All right. So let's see. We have direction of play, so we can try to come over here, but we are on the 3rd line. We can pincer this later, though, so we'll keep that in mind. We can attach right here. I think this is an old one, though, but it's possible. So I'm kind of between pincer, lean, and attach. If I lean and get a move to the top side, that could be fun. Make my opponent a little bit uncomfortable, but I kind of want to be on the right side, honestly. And then the bottom side to attack. I don't know. I'm kind of just I'm doing that thing where I show you guys stuff and then I don't know what to do with it. Because I haven't been I didn't play this a dozen times in a row to get a good idea. I can go Taisha. Yeah, let's do Taisha. That's something fun to show you guys. C17. It might not be anymore. It might not be anymore. So it's actually been a while since I played the Taisha, so let's see if I remember it. This is like one of the most complicated Josekis in Go, or can be one of the most complicated Josekis in Go. Okay, will he accept my Taisha? I wouldn't, but you know. Okay, so he's not going to accept the Taisha, so we're just going to connect. All right. So let's check the cuts. Tari, there. Hane, 2 Liberties, 3 Liberties. So I think I can still technically attach and then maybe double Hane. And then Atari, he goes down. A Tiger's Mouth, he turns. But then I can live in the corner. But the idea is that I can potentially cut on the outside. I kind of want a base, and I also want to take his base, so I might try it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this in the right order, though. So I need to get the order right. So if I push and then there, then there, that'd be bad. So I need to go here first. I think just go here and threaten to do all that. I don't have the ladder though, which is annoying. But do I? Should check. Oh, I do have the ladder. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, so this corner, we can go ahead and start counting a little bit. So this is 6, 8 points for white. So I can just remember 8. This is definitely 6 for black and maybe 3 for black right here. And then I have Comey. So I have 12 and a half so far. Black has 9. But this is unsettled, so we'll see how this goes. No, I have like 14 and a half. Yeah. I don't really want Gote here, though, if I can help it. But probably I'm going to have to take Gote here. It's okay. It'll be okay. The right side's definitely the next interesting place to be. So I kind of want to just settle and get to the right side first, but probably need to settle. He's thinking a lot, which is good, but probably a little too much on this move. Yeah. So if he keeps losing too much time, then he won't have enough for the no game. Okay. So I'm just gonna Nobi down. This peeps his base while settling my base. So even if he Tanukis, I should get some value in the future. So here's one thing that I'd like to think about is a lot of people say settling is sometimes too slow, but if you can settle while hurting your opponent, then you can get value in the future, and that's fine. So you see how this one doesn't hurt me in the slightest? So a lot of people would say this is slow. Now, I don't think it's slow because I like defense first. But you see how B17 hurts black, but his move doesn't hurt me? This is why I love aggressive defense so much, because now I feel like super great here. So we could 3-3. A likes 3-3, but I'm just going to go for the Shamari. Hello, Minakata Moria. Okay, so this is a video idea I have. I'm not sure if I'll do it or not, but I kind of want to make a thank you video in Japanese to Yumi Hara and like tell my story of how her creation of Hikaru no Go literally changed my life. Like this is my job, this is my career. I had a Go themed wedding. So the amount that I've been around the world playing Go, so the amount that her story impacted my life is kind of insane. And I thought about like writing a script and then having someone translate it into Japanese and then making a video of me trying of saying the script in Japanese with subtitles. Um as a thank you letter and seeing if I could get it to Shonen Jump and see if they'll get it to her or whatever. I think it'd be super cool if they did. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Let's go here. Yeah, we had a. So my theme was black and white for Go, and then my wife wanted some color, so she got pink, which matched black and white. So we had a Go themed cherry blossom festival.
Yes, cherry blossom to go with black and white and the Go stuff.
Get Hikaru's voiceover talent. Yeah, like I know who that is, and I have his contact information. Totally have his contact information. All right, so he's settling these three while making a position. That's fine. So there's a little bit of trouble he can cause me here, but I'm going to go ahead and make a position and then just deal with the fight. That's my game plan right now. All right, so right now I have 8 right here. Let's say 7 because let's assume that push. So we'll say 6, 7. Plus 8, so that's 14. Plus Comey is 20, so I already have 20 points, so not bad. I would like to get to 30 as fast as possible, but 20 is not bad. He has I have a Knight's move with the Tiger's Mail, so he has 2, 4, 6. And what I'm doing here is I'm reading the endgame, but only the Sente endgame. I'm just bringing the borders down after taking away the Sente endgame. So here I get 2 points right here, but not right here, because this is where White's wall is. If he Hanes and I block, it's Gote, but if he Nobis and I block, it's Sente. So I assume the Nobis and just count 6, 7, 8 because I assume the push. This is unsettled, so I'm not going to count it yet. So I have 20. He has 8. I'll give this to me because this is Sente for me, but not for him. So if I had Nobi and then Hane, it's Sente. So I'll do 2, 4, 6. And this is still technically available, so I'll just give him 6, maybe 8. So let's say 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So yeah, it's still a pretty even game. Pretty even game. Now just make a position. I'm going to go here, though. I think this one is an older shape, which is perfectly fine. And there's like this low to high side shape. There's a whole side Joseki about it. But I think the AI prefers more secure shapes for territory, so I'm going to go here. Tomoko Kawakami. Yeah. I think it'd be more genuine, though, if you had like a white guy saying it in Japanese with my horrible accent because I wouldn't be able to say the words properly. I think it'd be cuter and like more genuine and sound like more heartwarming if I was the one to read it, though. I think that's how I envisioned it anyway. My horrible Japanese. Watashi wa Clossi.
You don't put honorifics after your own name.
You don't?
No.
See, I suck at Japanese. Okay. I only have my. Why don't? What do you do? How do I say? Oh, it's like I would say. I wouldn't say I'm Mr. Sean.
No, you just say
You
I'm
would.
Sean.
You would if you're a teacher, though. If you're introducing yourself to the class.
That's a title, not an honorific.
So we have a Mr. for sensei. That's the problem. That's where I'm getting confused. We don't have teacher as a title. We say Mr. last name in schools.
Right.
In Japan, they say so and so sensei. That's where I was thinking of the Mister. Okay, so if he's gonna fix me, I'm just gonna fix. This is my only trouble on the board, so I'm just gonna fix it. Yeah, let's not derail the lesson, but I think it's a cute idea. Cute idea. I actually encourage everyone watching this video. Next week, I want you to learn one new skill or develop a skill that you haven't touched in a while. Be it a foreign language, an instrument, something. Just, keep your creative juices flowing, keep your brain active. If you only focus on Go, um, it's actually not as effective as if you have multiple skills. Like, for example, you're doing physical activities, like you're playing a sport. I know in Korea, we'd go out and play like choku, which is like soccer volleyball, basically. Um, so we go exercise a lot and stuff, right? So if you have like a physical sport that you like, if you like musical instruments or singing, or you like learning other languages, or you like drawing, like if there's something you haven't touched in a while, go do it for a week. Like touch that talent again. Keeping your brain active is a great way to keep your brain strong, and a strong brain will be better at Go. Okay, so this is a good decision making time. So for decision making and judgment, we need to count. So we have 8 here, we have 8 there. Let's say we have 6 here, and 7 here. Probably 6 because there's some endgame questions. So that's a 28, I believe. No, that's a. So this is a 16. No. I'm confusing myself. Okay, 6, 12, 20, 27 plus Comey, 33 and a half. So I'm pretty comfortable. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There is some in game there, so I'm not going to count it. 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. Well, let's give 2 points. Or let's give 4 points right here for thickness. 38. So we're a few points behind. Okay, largest framework. It's either the top side or the bottom side. Who has more? And also identify the Aji. There is Aji right here. But not very much. Bottom looks slightly bigger, but I'm strong. So if I can lean on this somehow and make mine bigger, I'd rather make mine bigger than theirs. So if they're equal, I usually prefer being on mine. That's just my preference. I know some people would prefer destroying their opponents though. So just ideally you would like to do your preference, right? Some moves I'm considering is a shoulder hit right here and then a cap. There's a lean and a shoulder hit. There's a basic 2-space jump. There's also shoulder hits right here. I don't see me being able to do anything over here that makes mine bigger than his. So maybe I'm just going to have to reduce. So our options are shoulder hits. We can invade. We can play an attachment, which is cool. We can play an attachment right here. Yeah, K5's probably too slack. I would rather be more active. I think this is very normal, so probably this is fine for this level. But I think AI likes to touch more than cap lately. So shoulder hits and touch moves are usually more common than the cap in my research. I don't know in this particular case because I don't have the AI up, of course. But usually shoulder hit or touching moves are more valuable than caps. I feel like M3 is going to give him control of the center. And I'm not really ready to lose the center yet. He's not that far. He doesn't have that many points. I'm probably not going to do R3. I don't think I like R3. If I was looking at M3, I would like something over here to unsettle it. I think I'm going to play the patient game. Because I know there is technically a little bit of a rank gap, so I don't have to like force a difficult sequence right now. So I'm just going to play a little bit of a patient game. So this is where you get into controlling, like, I know like what types of games are going to come out of what types of moves. And you start thinking about how do I want to defeat this opponent. This is maybe like Don thinking, I guess, but start like thinking about who am I playing and what will let me win against this person, not just what's the best move. Um, that's probably Don thinking though. That's maybe not something you can apply just yet. But probably I think that's why I'm going to choose a shoulder hit because I don't think I need to go along a difficult route just yet. So I'm going to play a little bit patient, maybe start a fight somewhere else. I'd rather not start a fight right here if I can help it, but this might be the passiveness talking. This is what holds me back at Dawn ranks. I'm passive. Uh, I should be more powerful and more fighty. So probably I should attach or something. That would probably go the fighting route, which I should have the advantage on. This is where my passiveness probably comes in. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to play a patient game for now. G17. G17. Oh, no. That's... that I want to attack something. I could just make points, like if I just played like H16, but then black makes more points than me. So... Oh, you mean counting. This is undetermined. This is something I control, but it's not points yet. When my teacher told me whenever you count, you only count points. So even these right here, I'm really hesitant to count. I know black should get one or the other for absolutely for sure, but I'm thinking that if I invade, he will at least get 6 points on the outside, so I'm going to go ahead and count 6 here. Hello, Kingfisher Games. So I'm thinking that black will either get 6 points of influence or 6 points of territory. That's why I gave 6 right here. Okay, so he's going there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to break this as much as I can. Because he didn't block, so I need to destroy these points. And then we're going to have to recount. I'm going to go down because I'm going to poke his base while defending my base. I could go up for the surround, but I'm already surrounding. So I'm going to go down. Yeah, bucket. That's actually that's our secret weapon with Qs because Qs sometimes get very scary because it feels like they have no fear, and I think it's because they don't see the problems that are about to come about, so their reading isn't like well enough, and so they don't know the Aji. And Don's, we're supposed to read the Aji perfectly. So when we can't read the Aji perfectly, we're like, let's not go that route until I improve my reading. And the Q is like, I'm just going to go down that route. I don't really care because I don't see the problems. So it's very scary to get in a fight with a Q player because they will like go all in. And yeah, they'll die a lot, but like they also can kill you if you aren't careful. So it's very scary. It's like battling like I think a lot of pros say battling children are scary for the same reason. They have no fear, and that because they have no fear, they'll go along the risky routes, um, and it can get very scary. Kids are scary, man. They go along the scariest routes. I'm just gonna go ahead and start destroying these points. I don't see anything wrong with this. Yeah. I was able to beat some 8 and 9-year-olds by playing more patient and like reading a lot better than they did. But the 10-year-olds were all 9 done. 10-year-olds, 11 done. 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds, they were all 9 done. I couldn't beat them. The 8 or 9-year-olds were like 1 done to 4 done. And I could pretty handily I beat them most of the time. So I was happy I could beat the single digit year olds. But the double digit year olds were all 9 done. There was no chance. No chance. Not a chance. And then you go to the elementary schools like with all the like the 5, 6, 7-year olds are like, ha, I'm stronger than all of you children. You gotta feel good about yourself because you lose a lot in Asia. You're just gonna lose a lot. I went 2 weeks playing every single day. Every single day. I went 2 weeks without a single win. Dude, the Asian kids are scary, okay? Asian kids are scary. You should be able to see Iluk on the window right down there if the comment went through or not. Yeah, I'm just gonna surround and watch my cutting points, and that should be good. I think the greatest compliment I ever got was I faced this Chinese guy in a tournament, and I made a sacrifice play to secure the entire center. So he was attacking a group, and I bent around and gave up the group and let him cut through in order to get influence, and then sealed the center. And I won with that. So I sacrificed the group to seal the entire center. Ended up winning by like 15 to 20 points. And he came up to me after the game, and he's like, I don't mean this disrespectfully in any way, but you don't play like a white guy at all. And I was like, thank you! That's the greatest compliment I've ever received. I play like an Asian. So in Go, like, you gotta take the compliments when you get them, okay? you can't apply the normal stereotypes and stuff. You just gotta be like, you need to play like the Asian and fear children. That's what you gotta do to be good at Go. So if I Atari and he connects and I block, that's a net, so I'm absolutely connected, which is great. The problem is if I Atari and he knows he's up and I take and he plays here, I can't cut him and he's cutting me. So how do I want to do this? I want to connect if I can. If I go here, he pushes and cuts. I can Atari, and then I'm chasing while running, which could be good. But there's a peep right here, so if he gets to surrounding me, my life and death is not good. If I go with the empty triangle, that's promising. Because then if he cuts me, I Atari and then squeeze and then fix. No, but then I could just net. And that'd be nice. And if he plays the empty triangle back and then cuts, I have a throw-in, Atari, and Tiger's Mouth. He Nobis. I go down and live, make life. I'm not quite alive, but almost alive. And he has a questionable shape in the corner. Maybe I don't even need the throw-in. I just play P3. I think this is the best shape I see. So I'm going to say this is the best of the bad options, because I don't see anything else that's good. Oh no! Oh no! Well, if you're on a losing streak, one, take a break. You know, take a few days off. Go get some exercise. Go play a sport. Go have fun. Play video games with friends. You know, get out, be active, socialize, get your mind off of Go for a bit. Come back in a few days. Revisit the basics. I mean, watch Clossi Approach series. Watch a strong player give a lecture. You know, revisit the basics. Reset your basics. Go in with a fresh mind. That's how you get over a losing streak. Empty triangle is usually a bad shape, but in this case, I think it's okay. It's very rare. I won a game with the empty triangle. I killed a group with the empty triangle last week. It's quite fun. Empty triangles were the bane of my existence for a long time because I deleted the option from my brain, so I could never ever see the empty triangle for so many years. And so every time the solution to a shape or a problem was the empty triangle, even if it was Yosei, I could not see it. I just never saw it. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, don't forget to take breaks. Like, you can't just grind, 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 grind. It doesn't work. You need breaks. Um, that's fine. I'll give you that. That's fine. This is fine. I'm okay with this sequence. Let's just do my squeeze. I am perfectly okay with this. Yeah, this is not an empty triangle. He's about to make an empty triangle. But this is not an empty triangle. This is just an Atari. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. I'm just going to Nobi down. Never immediately play the obvious option. Always consider if you can do something else. Always consider like the worst thing you can do to your opponent. This one I think a lot of people would instantly take. That's a bad habit. Always think about multiple options. Okie dokie. Take. There's no connection to Suji. So now he has to start thinking about life. So if I go here, he goes here, I Hane, he makes a Tiger's Mouth, I Atari. Okay, never mind. I'm not even going to worry about it. Don't even waste clock time. You can look at it after the game if you want to do life and death. But pretty much everything's done. 2 stones are not important. He's alive. I don't have cutting points. I'm good to go. All right, so now recount. This was 6, 8. This was 8, 7. This is 6. This is going to be, I'll say 2 right here because I'll either get 2 here or 2 here if he connects. So I'll say 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's say 7, 8. Let's say 6. Okay, so 12, 18, 19, 20, 27.
10, 9,
I need to count faster.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
It's fine. Sacrifice period to count.
1. 4 periods left.
I'll say about 50, but I do have control of this area. So that means I need 10 points right here.
10,
maybe 15.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm going to start building the top because now I have the big framework. Okay, and I want to do this one instead of this one because I really want Sente here. So I'm just going to fix the Aji in the corner. I'll give him a few points, but I'll get control of this in Sente. Okay, I was going to do that, but now I'll do this one. Just get as many Sente moves to build this as fast as I can. I don't want to build this in Gote. I want to build this in Sente. And then come back over here and do something. Maybe a shoulder hit. Nah, probably just a simple cap or something will be good enough. Because if I shoulder hit, he might just start a fight to destroy both centers. And since mine's bigger, that might be good for him. Alright, now I'm going to go here. And I do have some Aji right here, but I can very easily sacrifice these 3 stones to get the massive Mayo. So I'm making it harder and harder for him to invade. So I think I should be a little bit ahead now, because I'm controlling too much. So even though like he has a territorial lead, I have a big control lead. So I want to say it's either an even game or I'm a little bit ahead, but I'm definitely controlling the flow right now, which makes me feel nice. All right, there he goes. So I can either just defend, which is probably not good. That's a lot of points, though. Okay, this is going to be deciding the next 20 moves. So I just
10,
sack a period, though.
9,
I don't want to sack another one.
8, 7, 6.
I want to
5,
trust my judgment.
4.
I'm just going to win. I'm just going to say that I have more and win. Probably I should sack a period and double check, though. But so let's double check as fast as I can. 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so I should be up. I'm gonna play solid.
10, 9, 8,
I'm
7,
gonna play solid, and because I should be up in a territory lead as long as I block and destroy. It should be by using these weak groups or these weak stones. I should be able to win. Okay. It is a knight's move, so how does a cut look? Cut's looking pretty good, so I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut. This is a something that's interesting that I kind of work with my students that are 3Q to 1Q is speeding up your reading. So a good way to do that is use our one-on-one way chi spreadsheet that we've talked about in the series, and do like all the single digit Q problems, and especially the double digit Q problems, and learn how to solve them within 30 seconds. This will improves your shape recognition and reading speed. So even though you can read it normally, that's fine, but can you read it in Byo-Yomi period? So, like, can you solve a double digit Q life and death problem in 30 seconds? Can you solve a single digit Q life and death problem in 30 seconds? Like, all those basic shapes, can you do them in overtime? That's what I work with my students that are 3Q to 1Q. Is can you solve those problems in 30 seconds? I played a little bit fast there. I should have considered no being one more because he could have considered Atari I take and then Atari to get this area. But it's fine. Just gonna go here. Should I go here? This is getting risky, so I should read as much as I can. Nobi, jump, turn,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Interesting.
5, 4.
I think it should be okay. This is kind of brave, I guess. But I'm basically making the statement that once this lives, I win. He has a peep and pull back, which is annoying, but I should be okay. It's just some Yosei stuff here. Yeah, just some Yosei stuff, because if he peeps, I can just turn. If he plays there, can I clamp? Almost, but not quite. Let's turn here, and I think this is going to seal the deal. Yeah, nice moves are cuttable. I'm thinking about being a little bit more aggressive instead of like here I'm playing aggressive defense, but I'm debating switching into attacking if the cuts don't work.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I want to say they don't work.
3.
So I'm going to start switching gears from defense to offense by watching the cutting points. As soon as the cuts don't work, you can switch gears and put a little bit more pressure. That's good. That makes this clamp easier to do if he plays right here and I clamp. All right. Relevance to this fight. Kind of relevant. I can just push and cut, though. Or I can attack the whole thing.
10,
But is that greedy?
9,
Since I'm a Byo-Yomi, I'm going to take the safe route. But if I had more time, I would just consider connecting and attacking the whole thing. Because right now I'm only getting the tail, but I'm securing everything. In Sente, mind you. But if I had more time, I would want to attack the whole thing. Okay, so let's read this. Clamp, Nobi. there. Tari there, Tari there. Should be okay to clamp. Even if it wasn't, I could just net. Okay, that's fine.
5.
Large framework.
4.
Good. Here. I'm playing fast, but I was already reading. I'm doing that. I still shouldn't play fast. That's a bad habit. Rushing to the end after you've won the game is a good way to lose the game. Yeah, speaking of playing too fast, he played a Knight's Move instead of Diagonal. He's supposed to play a Diagonal. I have a shape here. I can just punish the shape. This is a bad shape. And there's the clamp to Suji. And if you do that, I cut. And if you do that, I push and then can cut. So it's bad shape. He should have played a diagonal. This comes with practice. There's no shortcut to learning Tesujis like this. You can do Tesuji Go problems, but other than that, this is solely practice and game reviews. Practice and game reviews. Reviewing with the AI, having stronger players review your games, practicing game reviews. There's no shortcut beyond that. Atari down there, turn, honey. Atari there. That's good to go. Good to go. Cool. I love it when the read just works in your favor. I should have read it more carefully. Like, oh, well... No, I read like a single digit cue right there, but for a Dom player, before I played this, I should have read the Liberties right here. I was lazy with my reading. It's a bad habit. Okie dokie. And this, I think, just wins me the game. Like, I think I just have too many points now. But I should sacrifice one more period and count just to make sure that I don't need anything else, and then just proceed with Yosei. So I can go ahead and do that now. So I know my move is here. So 2, 4, 6. I guess I could turn. I'll turn. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 16, 32, 42,
6, 5, 4,
52,
3,
56,
2,
58, 60,
1. 3 periods left.
7. So I have like 73 and a half. So if you're like 60s, you're good. I'm in the 70s. So I'm great. 10, 12, 10, 12, 14, 16,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Yeah, he has like 50.
4, 3, 2.
So I'm doing great. I'm doing great. You should be able to count the game by sacrificing only one period. If you sacrifice 2 to count, it's a mistake. You gotta practice counting by counting other people's games, counting your own games. Yeah, so you gotta speed up your counting. Your count should not be what the AI says. The AI's count is going to be much different than a human's count. Your job is to count what is and is not territory. The AI's job is to count the next, like, who's ahead with the next 50 moves read out. Like, if both sides play perfectly, who's ahead? But you can't assume that both sides play perfectly. So your job is just to count the territory on the board as is, and then compare the influences, areas of control, who's controlling the flow, who's going to get sent, who has Sente, who has Gote, and kind of take that all into account. You'll get a better idea of who's winning or losing after you get used to counting and you get a lot of examples of it. But right now, your job is to just learn how to establish what is and is not territory. You could technically get to Tudon without counting, but it's really, really hard to make judgment calls correctly if you don't know the count. It's really hard. So it's more like it's not like you can't get away with not counting. It's more like counting just makes the game easier. So why are you not doing it? That's fine. It's a few points. So I think we're starting Yosei now. So let's go ahead and start our Yosei moves. Okay. Just trying to be as sente as I can. Mm-hmm. This is threatening the cutting stone to activate the cutting stone, so it should be okay. You can also sack a period right here to identify all the endgame moves and then count the most valuable ones. That's another time you can sacrifice period. But I would never go into sudden death. I would always save at least one, maybe two Byoyomi periods for an emergency. Like, what if he does something in here and I'm about to die? Well, that's an oops, right? Oopses can happen. So I always save at least one or two for emergency reading time in case something bad happens.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Just keep reducing, keep reducing. This one's getting big too. This one's big. This turn is kind of big. Oh, this is okay, I guess. I'm really paranoid about it, but I shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep playing the endgame. Have I told Drooch about counting? About not going to... Oh, yeah. 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 The way Drooch handles his time sometimes. I think we've talked about how to manage the clock a couple times, though, in our lessons. Boop. Boop. All right. Point. Okay, let's just block. All right. That's pretty good, yes, I think. And we should have a pretty easy victory. Just block. Really? This is Sente? That's so annoying, man. I was like, can I take? Can I take? Is there any way to make this not to make I don't have to respond right here? I can just make the points. There's no way. Oh, that's annoying. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I think there's a few points right here, maybe. Yeah, let's get a couple points right here. What's the yellow board called? Not sure. Not sure. It doesn't highlight the name or anything. Yeah, there's 3 woods. This one, this one, this one. And then there's this one. I hate this one with a passion, though. I don't know why, but this messes up my reading so much. Not as much as this one, to be fair. This one I just can't read. The reading's gone. It doesn't just mess up my reading. The reading just doesn't exist. This one's great for taking
10,
pictures of a book.
9, 8.
These two are. This one's
7,
okay, I guess. But
6,
this is the only one I can
5,
actually play competitively
4.
on. Or sorry, these 3 are the only ones I can play competitively on. I don't like this one though because it's too bright. So these 2 are the only 2 that I play on. Yeah, those just don't look as good. It's too hard to read. Here or turn or here or here. Almost 4 points,
10,
but not quite. This is 4.5 now.
8, 7, 6.
If you this is a good level actually to also buy endgame books and start learning how to count the value of endgame. So like this one I know is 4.5 because co's are technically a quarter point, but I like to think of it as a half a point. It's easier to count. And this is 2 points for white and 2 dead stones for black, so it'd be 4 points. So black saving it is 4.5. And since it's Gote, it's the value as is. Sente doubles the value. Counting the value of in-game moves and learning how to count them, I think, is really, really important to learn at this level before one don. Because if you can't count Yosei before one don, you're going to be in trouble, especially in modern play. Like 10 years ago, I was like, so I used to be a higher rank. I got up to 5 don 4 years ago. Sorry, not 4 years ago. 2014 was the highest rank that I achieved, was 5 don on Western servers. So I'm like 2 don, 3 don now.
10,
2 don OGS.
9, 8.
But the highest rank I got was like 5 don, and then everyone got stronger. And the reason I was able to go from 4 don to 5 don and reliably beat the 4 dons was exclusively in game. I went to Korea, learned in game more or less, came back, and no one knew in game. Like, none of the 4 dons knew in game. But now everyone and their mother knows in game. Okay? You can't go like freaking 2 moves without someone playing a good in game move. At least at the Don ranks. And probably at least 3Q plus, everyone should know in game. No, I have not. I have not seen that. But everyone freaking knows endgame now, man. The ranks got stronger. Like, I have improved since 2014, but the overall skill of players has improved faster than I have. So I've deranked. I've like gone from 4 don and pushing like started barely achieving 5 don to now somehow keeping 2 don. And like I have to work really hard to keep my 2 don. So I've lost like 3 ranks in the last several years. Not because I haven't gotten stronger, because I've improved slowly, but I've improved. Yeah, go inflation. Like everyone got stronger, man. I was teaching some chess players last year, and they were 18 Qs on OGS, and I was like, you guys don't understand how good you are. And so I showed them my 18 Q games. The quality difference between a modern 18Q versus what 18Qs were like 10 years ago, the quality difference is insane. I didn't have the Clossi Approach series. Okay, I barely knew Joseki's if at all. I don't even know if I knew Joseki's at 18Q. So the quality. No, this is before. Yeah, it might have been before the OGS rank adjustment. That's true. I will give it that. But even still, you can look at an 18Q now and compare it to 18Qs 10 years ago.
10,
they are much 8, stronger.
7,
that's 2 points.
6, 5.
One here. Even then, the ranks 10 years ago are much worse than the ranks now. I think just the amount of knowledge that's on the internet now. I mean, think about it. I was the first one to make a dedicated YouTube channel for Go. Bats was the first popular Go streamer. There was YouTube videos for Go on YouTube, but there was no like consistent uploads for Go like 14 years ago. It just didn't exist.
10.
I was before Bats on YouTube, but not by much. Not by much. Bats was on YouTube before I was, but he was doing like City Skylines and stuff. But I was the first. Technically, I was the only YouTube exclusive channel that with regular uploads for a while, and then Bats was also there, but he was also doing City Skylines, so he wasn't exclusively Go, and then he ended up transitioning exclusively to Go. And now he has like he got a head start because of his stupid City Skylines, man. He cheated. But technically, I was uploading Go videos just slightly before Bats on YouTube, but not by much. But his Twitch was way before me, and he was also doing lectures on KGS before I was. Yeah, I started mine in like 2009. 2008, 2009. Maybe 2007. I don't know. I'll have to check. Yeah, but I think it was me, Bats, Nick Sibicki, and Andrew Jackson were kind of the leading pioneers for Go on the internet, for not Go servers, just for content creators. Zoo98 was popular as well. Bad at Baduk. A lot of more people started coming out. And Twitch, Bats is probably the sole reason Twitch has as many viewers as it does. And the reason it has as many streamers as it does is because Bats started it all.
4, 3.
I don't think I inspired other YouTubers. I think it just started it first, and then others also wanted to do it. There was a lot more young blood after Hikaru no Go. And then a lot of younger people knew the modern stuff that was happening, and they got on those platforms. I think I'm the first teacher on Fiverr, though. I just registered my Fiverr account. I'm the first Go instructor on Fiverr. I looked around. I couldn't find anybody. I was like, I'm putting this here.
10, 9.
Yeah, it was 2003, but when did it arrive in the States, and like how many people started playing from it? In the States, or in the West, I guess. Like, I don't even recall how I saw it. I just watching anime online. It lasted past that. That was in Japan that's when it ended, right? Because we had people. Because I started December 2006 is when I was watching Hikaru no Go, and that's when I started. And we had plenty of people that were starting because of Hikaru no Go until like 2012 until like about 2012, I think.
You have won.
All right. Thank you for the game. Let me enable AI. Okay, so the AI says I'm up by 38.2. I haven't counted since I was up by like 20. I think I stopped counting around. Yeah, I counted here and saw that if I could be up by about 10, and then depending on how this fight would go, then the fight went in my favor, and I thought I would be up by about 20 after this capture. And this it says I'm up by 30, so yeah. All right, review this game.
Review started.
Okay. So this opening was not a good opening for white by any means. I was just showing you guys, like, these are things you can try, right? And then try to find a combination. Do your research. I just offer private lessons on Fiverr. It's the same as my Patreon. Just private lessons. Yeah, I thought black would... I was looking at this, and the black can just go, like, right here. Maybe something like that. This is possible. I think this is a really important move for me, though, because it peeps black space, and also I'm really secure. The read was if you did this and turned, I could potentially do like this, and the ladder worked for me. You could do that. And maybe this isn't good if I can't squeeze, because it's Atari. And this is just bad. That's just bad. Maybe. It's a lot of influence, but that's a lot of territory. It's just bad. But it could technically just make life right here. So maybe this is bad for me. This might be bad for me. In hindsight. That was my plan, though. It looked fine in my head. This is what I meant about order, though. I was thinking, like, if he goes here, do I push and cut now to get the ladder? Or if he goes here, should I push and cut now to get the ladder and give him the corner? Which, this is what I meant about order. I think this is a better order to ask him, like, what side do you want? And if he goes here, well, then obviously I can double Hane now. But now he has a Panuki. So I was trying to get away with not giving him a Panuki as long as possible. And now he's just alive, he gets Sente. So, I don't know. This could be wrong. Taisha's complicated. But this feels good for me. I like this for me. And then I got Sente, which is nice. This is fine. This is fine. This is okay because you're fixing your 3 stones. But usually you'd want to start trouble. It's fine. The reason I didn't play this one would have been fine before AI, but I think after AI is probably this one. Simply because there's a lot of Aji in here. And I know the variations, so I'll go over them real quick. So first off, the obvious one is this. The simple is just here, 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 there, there. There. There's the normal thing. But 12 might not be Sente on this board, so probably just here. Then there's the trick move that you need here. And if you go like this, well, now you can go here, and there's a double Atari. So you have to connect, you could cut. Okay, so you have to go here, then you Tiger's Mouth. Now you can connect, and shoulder hit. So, complex, but, you know, study it on your own time and go through it. The moves make sense. If you go through it one by one, the moves make sense. And the only tricky move is that you have to remember is 13. That's the only trick move. There's also the wedge. This is white's choice, but you have to think about the ladders. So first, if their ladders don't work, you can just go like this. And then black gets the corner. But if there is, you can go here. And here is ladder number 1 that has to work for white. And if that one works for white, or it doesn't, you can go here, and then this one has to work for white. So white needs one of the ladders. And so in order to play this wedge through, black needs both ladders. Otherwise, just go here. Likewise, we could start with this one to force this sequence if black has both ladders. And then last, this one's very rarely played, but is still possible, is this. That's very uncommon. This one's a bad one because you can just connect as white, like that. So that one's not good for black compared to the good ones. This one's also not good. There's a lot of Aji here, here, and here. I don't know all the reads of that one. I just know it's not a good move. So it's just A or B, pretty much, is the common ones. C is possible, but just learn A and B. The rest are not usually good. But because that Aji exists, I went here. I don't like this. You need to start trouble. Like, you got to use your opponent's Aji. This is Aji Cache, I think. And this is just too easy for white. This is fine. Black did get a territory lead. You could probably go here. This opens up the invasion at A very nicely. So now if white wants to build a Moyo, and that's fine. White builds a Moyo. There's still an invasion point because of 1. So it fixes your corner and pokes at the position. But you build your own, so it's also possible. But you're the one who kicked, so I don't know. It should be fine, though. It's not like you're losing. I think at this point you're not losing. Yeah, here it says it's half a point, or less than a point, so we're good. This is fine. So I chose shoulder hits. This one is just like this. If you wanted to build some center while reducing. This one, you have the reverse Hane, or build some influence. This one, same as top. You have variations. This stone is a little bit different, though. Makes it a little bit different. But you have the wedges and nobis to read. You have to read this. This is not Joseki anymore. So it's not like it's impossible. Cap is possible, but probably old-fashioned. So AI probably doesn't like it as much. Maybe. Yeah, AI doesn't usually like caps as much as shoulder hits and attachments. So you see, here's the shoulder hits. But you also need to study this more with AI if you wanted to learn the variations. So I'm just trying to get control of the center while keeping your territory at bay. I think defending is fine. And then invade or start a fight in the center or something. But you need some territory. If you give up this territory, this is where counting is important. If you give up this territory, you give me a territorial lead. And the center's even, so, because we both have influence in the center. So if I have a territorial lead, you have to get something done, or you're going to be losing. So at this point, it feels like it's starting to go in White's favor. Yeah, and here I'm just using shape to squeeze and stuff. I think this move is a mistake. It's just hard for Black to play here. This is definitely a mistake. You have to go here. I get the Atari, and then I'm going to Atari and go down and here. So it's not great for Black, but it's better than the game. Yeah. I don't really know a better move, honestly. Maybe just here is fine. And yeah, there's a connection. But at least you don't have all the cutting points. This is just, at least you're just alive. That's probably fine. Yeah, this is probably just a mistake too. This one's definitely a mistake because I just Nobi down. I think you assumed I would take and you could connect under or something. Yeah, but you have to consider all the options for your opponent, not just the obvious one. So this is way too easy for me. Life is fine. I definitely want to consider this. I was thinking if you play here, I was just gonna go here. Like I'm not gonna worry about the life and death and fighting a cow. I'm not gonna worry about a cow. I could if I really wanted to win. I guess it is scary for you because it's not any pressure on me. I have no risk, but you have the risk of death. Yeah, I could see it. I could see just giving that up and hoping for Sente. But I'm not gonna lose Sente for 2 stones. 6 Qs might though. 6 Qs might. So yeah, I'm just building a large framework. This is fine. You're trying to resist. I don't think you're doing anything unexpected, and now you have to go in. You went in, so I think you did fine here. No, there's I think I could coast some stuff, but I mean, why bother? It's not my problem. It's your problem. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to read it. I don't have to worry about it. I'm just gonna bully you until I can't do it anymore, and then I'm gonna take Sente. Oh, Amber Alert.
Mm-hmm.
Amber Alert. So sad. Okay. So here I counted. I could have tried to attack you here or here. Start surrounding and try to make profit, but this is where counting and judgment comes into play. I could play on the outside. I could play on the inside. I could push you left if there was something on the right. So it's just a matter of what do I need to win, and I just needed the territory and to destroy this. So I was going to take the territory and then go in, and I win. So that's my win condition. I expected you to do something like here or something to go in, maybe here. This one I had a plan for that one though. Or here, I expected some sort of like Sabaki to go in there because if I just get the territory, I win. But I guess if you're not counting it, it's not obvious that I'm just gonna win if I just get that territory. Here, you gave me a cutting point there. You have to go here. If you're gonna do that, you have to go here. And then I just go in and reduce, and I should be able to win. Like that, maybe like that. I should just be able to win though. But cutting points, they're dangerous. I was considering here as well. Same reason. But I probably can do that. Not. And that. Yeah, that's a lot of points. You got to think about the points. Yeah, I think not counting is why these blunders were happening. You have to go here. This is the only resist. You have to fight. Like if you don't, you lose. And if I turn, I was kind of looking at this idea, something like that, and then looking at that. I should be okay. And then I also have these because I have this. I also have a knight's move or diagonal. Yeah, counting is hard. Counting is hard, but you have to like practice it to learn it, right? You can't like it's like we worked with the 9Q to 7Q. You have to start practicing reading, even though you're going to be bad at it. You still have to practice it until you develop the good reading. So now we have to like start practicing counting and do it wrong and slow, but eventually with enough practice, we can kind of yeah, with enough practice we can get to fast counting, and then eventually you want to speed it up to where you can count in like 40 seconds. Ideally 40 seconds. So I think after I get this jump, it's game over. It's no chance. Yay, dude. Yeah, 22 points. So I guess there's a small chance with 4 strong Yosei if I was a 6Q. But after this fight, like after I secure here, it's just 30 points. This is why I said I'm not going to take the risky route and go here, even though it looks like the best move, clearly. Minus 6 points, yeah. But I'm like, I just know I win if I don't have any weaknesses. So why would I start like? Of course, if I had more time, I would want to attack the whole group and read it. But if I don't have time to read it, and I know this just wins the game, then why would I not just do it, right? So it's balancing time and information. Like I don't have enough time to gather all the information, so I have to work with the information I got, and I know this one's safe and reliable. Then just time management, right? Decision making under time management. And after this, it's 30 points in White's favor, and it's just an easy win because I did all that in Sente, all that in Sente. Yeah, this was a shape problem. You had to play diagonal. Because if you do that, I have Tsuji's. Oops. Yeah, so it was too easy after this. So I think this is probably where it's game over. But yeah, good game. I think there's lots to learn from this. Again, it's just me showing like how this is what it looks like applying reading, applying good habits, judgment, counting. Yeah. I think it's also getting punished for your bad shapes is really important. I call it like the trial by fire. If you don't get punished, how are you going to learn? So if you can, like I used to tell my students, if you can, get like 1 to 2 teaching games a week. As long as you're playing like 10 ranked games a week, maybe like 10% of your games, like 1 out of 10 games, try to get a teaching game with a strong player. Or just play someone a much stronger player. Like at least 4 ranks or more stronger than you. They will punish your bad stuff. If you don't get punished, if you don't lose horribly, how can you find the major flaws in your game? I'm sure you can find the minor flaws playing your level, but how can you find the major flaws if you don't get teaching games once a week? Hey, Rednor. Yeah, and then when you are playing people weaker than you, like I think Sir Motormere earlier was saying that he's playing people weaker than him, they can beat you if you don't punish their big problems. The things that make them 3 ranks weaker than you, if you don't punish that, then the rest of your game is going to be as good as you. So if you don't know how to punish people weaker than you, you're going to get stuck as well. So it's also good sometimes to play teaching games. And then learn how to punish mistakes. Like learning how to control the game when you're ahead, how to secure a victory, that can come with practice by playing teaching games. So we also like the idea of like give as much as you get. So if you receive a teaching game once a week, maybe giving a teaching game once a week, and then play in addition to the rated games that you play, can be very good practice as well. Then you learn how to punish things and then you get punished and able to learn. So I think there's lots to learn from just everything. But yeah, that's our first game at 6Q. We've talked a lot about starting to study, and like I said, there's no like major tactics that I can teach you anymore. Now it's just game examples from here on out. So yeah, hopefully everyone found this helpful, and I'll go ahead and wrap up the video here. So as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. And before I end the video, quick shout out to the link, WLO link. If you guys enjoy the series and want to support just $1 a month from people who find the series helpful would be greatly appreciated. If I can like support, or if I get if I reach 1,000 people, that pretty much goes to my wife. That goes to my wife. There's a lot of personal reasons for that, but I'm working on covering her income expenses and hiring her to work for me, at least somewhat. It's not going to be all of her income, but I got to cover that, and that would go a long way due to medical reasons. But if you enjoyed the series, $1 a month could be great support. So as always, thanks to everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.